Clare Scott. I'm excited to be working with Danny Lee on the Light project for Arts Care Gofal Celf. I'm a writer and psychotherapist, and I use creative writing for the well-being of clients and in workshops. I've written a worksheet to accompany this film. Please contact Rachel Murphy of Arts Care Gofal Celf if you'd like a copy. I write for myself to express my thoughts and explore my emotions. I write to set my intentions. I write too to communicate with others. And also, I write for pleasure, for enjoyment. As Dryden said, the chief aim of poetry is to delight. A meaning of delight is filled with light. What other meanings are there in relation to the word light? My name Clare means light or clear in French. Clarity is an English word that comes from Clare. The word light also has the meaning of not heavy. Lightness, a lightness of being, is about being able to dwell in the moment of beauty. Can you consider how you enjoy a beautiful place or experience, a joyful occasion? Do you just make the most of it in the here and now? With any creative activity, it can be helpful to prepare yourself first, to settle down and find that still small place within, the quiet core of you. A candle burning in the dark can be a metaphor for the still space of every person, the central core. It's important too to be in a comfortable place, somewhere that feels safe. Just check now that you're sitting comfortably, both feet on the ground, your bottom resting comfortably in your seat. Just rest your hands in your lap. Close your eyes if that feels okay, and check your breathing. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathing gently and calmly. Check the sounds around you in the room. And now further away. Notice the feel of your clothes on your skin and your body. Feel the firmness of the floor under your feet, supporting you. Are there any smells or tastes you're aware of? If they are pleasurable, stay with them. If not, let them go. Do you notice any discomfort in your body? Breathe into it and let it go. Return to noticing your natural breathing. Now, open your eyes and you're ready to begin. When you think about light, where do your thoughts turn? Is it the light of the sun, the moon and stars, candles, electric light, lasers? What does light do? What does it show? As a way of easing yourself into your creative activity, pause this film, check the time, and write for 5 minutes. Write about anything and everything, This is just for you. If you can't think what to write, write, I can't think what to write. Just keep writing. Now, press pause. And welcome back. Light can help us to see our way, to distinguish objects, other beings, more clearly, to view ourselves better. And yet there can be comfort in darkness. The opportunity to give greater emphasis to the use of our other senses, when sounds become clearer, or the feel of different textures become more noticeable. I'm going to share Mary Oliver's poem, At Great Pond, with you. She describes her observation of the sunrise, the ending of the night, and how she will reflect on her feelings later. At Great Pond by Mary Oliver. At Great Pond, the sun, rising, scrapes his orange breast on the thick pines, and down tumble a few orange feathers into the dark water. On the far shore, a white bird is standing like a white candle, or a man in the distance in the clasp of some meditation, while all around me the lilies are breaking open again from the black cave of the night. Later, I will consider what I have seen and what it could signify, what words of adoration I might make of it. And to do this, I will go indoors to my desk, I will sit in my chair, I will look back into the lost morning in which I am moving now, like a swimmer, so smoothly, so peacefully. I am almost the lily, almost the bird vanishing over the water on its sleeves of night. Consider how Oliver describes the sun, the night, and how she is experiencing the event. What colours does she use? The sun is a large orange bird whose feathers loosen and tumble when it scrapes the pine forest. The dark water, the black cave of the night. The white bird, white candle, white man still and straight in meditation. She describes herself as moving like a swimmer. There's a sense of the ease of movement through water, a suggestion of tranquility. I am almost the lily, almost the bird. She is seeing herself as being a part of the natural world that she's witnessing, transformed by the experience. Mary talks about words of adoration that she might find to describe her experience. It makes it sound magical, maybe a spiritual experience. Which lines stand out for you? How does the poem make you feel? Can you think of a sunrise or sunset that you have seen that has struck you as special, where the details around you stood out? If you'd like to, press pause and write in response to these questions. I'm now going to read Michaela Morgan's poem about early man's discovery of fire and light. It takes our thoughts to the light that does not come from sunlight or moonlight. Bright Spark by Michaela Morgan. Crouched cold in a cave, huddled against the night. What bright spark first made fire? first made light. A flash that made the world grow, blazed spirits light, let faces glow, to see each other, nod yes, shake no. Art is possible, stories can be shared, not now so lonely, silent, scared. We can take flight, build a beacon, light. Morgan suggests that this was the moment that mankind moved onto a different level of existence. Consider how you feel about light. Consider the different kinds of light in your world. How do you feel about them? How would you describe them? Which do you prefer? Or consider, how important are fire and light to you? If you'd like to, press pause and write in response to these questions, or write about light and life in primeval times. The artist Goya liked to do the last touches to his paintings at night in candlelight. So he constructed a hat with candle holders built onto the side. He believed that this quality of light showed up the details and colours in ways that daylight never could. This is a self-portrait of Goya in his hat. You can see the details of the candle holders on the hat band. Then I'll read you the poem by Billy Collins about Goya and his hat. Candle Hat by Billy Collins. In most self-portraits, it is the face that dominates. Cézanne is a pair of eyes swimming in brushstrokes. Van Gogh stares out of a halo of swirling darkness. Rembrandt looks relieved as if he were taking a breather from painting the blinding of Samson. But in this one, Goya stands well back from the mirror and is seen posed in the clutter of his studio, addressing a canvas tilted back on a tall easel. He appears to be smiling out at us as if he knew we would be amused by the extraordinary hat on his head, which is fitted around the brim with candle holders, a device that allowed him to work into the night. You can only wonder what it would be like to be wearing such a chandelier on your head, as if you were a walking dining room or concert hall. But once you see this hat, there is no need to read any biography of Goya or to memorize his dates. To understand Goya, you only have to imagine him lighting the candles one by one, then placing the hat on his head, ready for a night of work. Imagine him surprising his wife with his new invention, the laughing like a birthday cake when she saw the glow. Imagine him flickering through the rooms of his house with all the shadows flying across the walls. Imagine a lost traveller knocking on his door one dark night in the hill country of Spain. "Come in," he would say, "I was just painting myself," as he stood in the doorway, holding up the wand of a brush, illuminated in the blaze of his famous candle hat. Billy Collins describes Goya in a way that you can imagine him wearing the hat and its effect. It sounds as if the poet can understand that it was something that Goya enjoyed. He appears to be smiling out at us as if he knew we would be amused by the extraordinary hat on his head. And then, imagine him surprising his wife with his new invention, the laughing like a birthday cake when she saw the glow. It sounds joyous, doesn't it? For me, the description of the way the candles cast shadows brings the scene alive. Imagine him flickering through the rooms of his house with all the shadows flying across the walls. And finally, when he invites us to imagine what might happen if someone came to visit him. Imagine a lost traveller knocking on his door one dark night in the hill country of Spain, "Come in," he would say. "I was just painting myself," as he stood in the doorway, holding up the wand of a brush, illuminated in the blaze of his famous candle hat. And the use of the word wand makes it sound magical. We can't help but enjoy the details in this poem and the way it is written in a narrative, telling us the story. Now, maybe you would like to go and write in response to this poem, or anything else that is written for you. Here are some suggestions of what you might like to do. Right from the lines, imagine him surprising his wife with his new invention, the laughing like a birthday cake when she saw the glow. Or write from any words of your choice from any of the 3 poems. Or what could you write about yourself that describes your lightness of being? Moments that you have enjoyed for yourself. What about you might make others smile? How or when do you smile about an aspect of yourself? What do you do that is fun? Or describe a fun or happy aspect of someone you know well, or a famous person. Or take any words that appeal to you from one or more of the poems and make them into a poem of your own. That's called a found poem. I do hope you've enjoyed some of these poems and have actually done some writing that has been pleasurable for you, that has given you enjoyment, and maybe given you some insights too. What are the lights in your life? For me, they're my family, my writing, doing ceramics, my nearby woodland, a sense of safety at night, at home, with the curtains drawn and the lights on, maybe the TV or radio playing. I think of aspects of myself that I like, my own inner lights. I wish you an awareness of the lights in your life and the lights within you. Thank you for joining in. Goodbye.